Oh, boys and girls. No, there's no girls. I was right the first time. Oh, boys, have you seen the Star Wars? Have you experienced the perfection that is the new Star Wars movie? I sure have. I've seen that movie and it was amazing. It was 2.5 hours long, and every time there was something new that's gonna happen, that was kind of. I thought, oh, now it's gonna go for the obligatory cliffhanger that leads to the third part of the trilogy. But no, there was always more. There was always another battle to be fought, another thing that was not gonna be. That was not gonna make me wait for another year, and I'm very satisfied. It was a very good movie. It had a lot of varied action in it. Some things were kind of silly, but in general it was really good. And I gotta tell you, some parts are odd, but it's just scraping that line between being too silly and being perfect. But it's just at the line. I mean, you would think that it wouldn't make sense in ways. I mean, you can tell the Disney influences. You can tell it's not the old Star Wars where it was all serious and stuff anymore. Even if Jar Jar Binks stepped in poo poo, it was still. I think it was still more serious than this, because in this we've got this flamboyantly gay pilot. Actually, no, he's probably not. I read he's supposedly gay, but he's not flamboyant. I shouldn't have said that. Anyways, the point is that he's pretty much like Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxies in a way, and that way is because he goes to the general of the Empire and he prank calls him. Oh my god, he prank calls the fucking guy who's bringing on this huge Star Destroyer. He's prank calling him, and it works! My fucking god, it works! The guy actually gets delayed by his retarded prank call. Are you kidding me? Really? You're gonna have the time to get prank called by your enemies? Are you? No. I mean, the levels of incompetence of the empires has reached a new low, because now prank calling is a valid strategy. Oh my god. Why don't we just... why don't we just get the fucking weaponized autism of the internet on the line, and why don't we just prank call them? Yes, that'll fucking teach them. So everyone knows that Star Wars is basically like the Bible of sci-fi war movies, and basically everyone, all other sci-fi movies are basically references to Star Wars, right? And there's lots of references. Some of them are parodies, like Spaceballs. You've probably seen Spaceballs, and this reminds me of Spaceballs. I'm being retired. I'm saying it reminds me of Spaceballs because now they've got ball-shaped robots. Okay, that was a really... I should not have said that. I apologize for even trying to make that joke. That was very unprofessional, I gotta tell you. Anyways, what was I even... I had a point, I swear. Right, so now Star Wars is both this ancient tome of the perfect sci-fi movie, but it's also a modern thing that is currently happening and developing. So they obviously are going to take some kind of inspiration by all the parodies of Star Wars that have existed, right? Or are they? It's hard to tell. I mean, there's a lot of slapstick humor that is just completely ridiculous in this movie, but it doesn't get to a point where it impedes the movie in a way. It's not like it's so stupid it hurts. It's not that line of Thor 3 where everything is so stupid that it basically hurts. No, this is way better than that. But it was still a little goofy, I gotta say. So anyways, the way that I see that they incorporate the influences of these other sci-fi movies is that they previously used to be this serious sci-fi opera where all the characters were basically super serious, and they were really top A characters. They always knew what they were doing, and they they had a plan and everything was great, and now all of that's out of the window. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. The Empire has no idea. The rebellion has no idea. At one point the rebellion just out of nowhere hires a crazy feminist general that has pink hair, and she doesn't know what the hell is going on. and this ragtag group of people is just scrambled together, and they're gonna have to make this conflict work, even though I suppose they might as well just not. What is even the point? Because we see what the Empire is fighting for. We see this city, this Las Vegas of the Empire, and it's fucking beautiful. And then we say, oh, so this is basically evil because they're supplying weapons for the Empire, because they're working for the Empire, and that's what makes them evil. But they're living in luxury, and it's all beautiful. And oh my god, there's a tiny bit of animal cruelty. Well, cry me a river. We got animal cruelty in our world, and it's not made us evil. Or at least not particularly. I mean, not to us at least. Not to humans, we're not evil. I mean, to animals we may be evil, but... no, let's not talk about No, I guess I gotta talk about morality. Anyways, I don't think the Empire is as evil as you'd think, or the First Order as it's now been called, but they're all just so very silly. The fact that the Supreme Leader Snoke, oh my god, he doesn't know that well what he's doing. Kylo Ren, he's completely retarded. He's basically a boy in puberty who just throws a rampage every time something doesn't go according to his plan. Still, I mean, he threw like 3 tantrums in The Force Awakens, but this time I think he's only thrown 1. But then again, was that necessary? I mean, I guess it was necessary, but you'd think he would have learned not to throw tantrums in view of his troops anymore. Come on, guys. You think they're gonna respect him if they see him throwing a tantrum like a little child? That's not gonna work. So yeah, basically everyone... It's basically like inserting children as characters everywhere. And Rey, she does... I mean, she's got her shit much more together than she did in Force Awakens, but she still hasn't... She's still really... Now, I guess Rey's actually a good character now. She was a bad character in The Force Awakens, but now she actually... The only thing that bothers me is superficial, because she's still got the worst haircut of all time, and then sometimes she's still using lipstick, even though she's on this remote island, and she's... Where did she get the lipstick? I mean, why is she gone so overboard in the use of it? Is she trying to seduce Luke Skywalker? What is with the lipstick? Or is it just so ingrained in the culture? No, I don't know. Did Leia use a lot of lipstick? I guess she was a princess after all, though. Rey's nothing. She doesn't have to use any lipstick. Oh god, not my makeup talk again. So anyways... Yeah, I think the characters in the old trilogy of Star Wars, they really had direction and everything, and in this there's just this they're all arguing about what's best to do, and then the other side forces their hand. Basically, the Empire shows up, and then they're gonna have to to work together to resolve everything. It's really weird to me. It feels basically kind of like the Hobbit trilogy, which I love, by the way, but it's just the people are struggling, and then the bad guys show up, and then the struggle's over, and that's basically it, and that's the part of that show that's in the source material too. The dwarves and the elves, they were fighting, but then wait, is that in the source? Oh, I'm talking about the movie. Never mind. So basically, they're just allies because they have to be, and they don't really work together very well. And I didn't know that General Akbar was still alive. I thought he died when he said it's a trap, but then again, maybe I should have watched that part again. I guess I always watch it in order, so I always start with episode 1. So by the time I get to the part where it's a trap, I'm not quite as as awake anymore as I was at the start. But yeah, Finn, he's a crazy character, and then oh my god, that Japanese pilot girl, the slightly chubby girl. What a crazy character! Oh my god, and the way she interacts with Finn, she's just completely. At first, she's gonna arrest him for deserting, and then she's gonna help him desert because something happened. And oh my god, she just instantly flipped on a dime on what she was gonna do, and it doesn't really make that much sense in any way. So anyways, this was an incoherent ramble about the Star Wars Force Awakens. What's happened? The Last Jedi? That's the name. Yeah, so if you want to see more incoherent ramblings about movies, then I've got a channel specifically for that. I'm just uploading this to the main channel because it's so relevant, it might get some views. But normally, click in the description to find the channel where I do rambles about movies and stuff. Alright, bye! Subscribe to that channel. Yeah. And this channel. And all the channels. No, not all the channels, just those two.